Hi everyone, this is the video presentation for lab assignment NMJ20404 Digital Electronic 2. In this lab assignment, we need to modify the Verilog code in figure 1 to get the similar output waveform in figure 2. Let's open my modified Verilog code. This is the Verilog code that I had made some modified. The first, I add two new parameters to the Verilog code, which is C and D. C equals to 1, 0 and D equals to 1, 1, which stated in the question. After that, I had added two new statements in line 29 and line 30, which is C will transit to C if the input is 1, and C will transit to D if the input is 0, and D will transit to B if the input is 1, and D will transit to A if the input is 0. After that, I add new two output for C and D. The output for C is equals to 0 because in the question stated for input x equals to 0, the output z is 0, and for input x is 1, the output z also 0. So I just add one line for output C. And for the output D, the question stated if the input x is 0, the output is 0, and the input x is 1, then output z is 1. So when the input x is 1, then the output is 1. Else, the input will become 0. Lastly, I modify the register to 2-bit register to get the output similar with the waveform. After modify the code, then start compile to check the error of the code. No error for this code. We proceed to the waveform for the Verilog code. First, we need to insert the node. We insert the three input, clock, reset, and X, and the output Z, and the output group because of 2 bits. So we need to insert the node for output group, next state, and output group for present states. After that, we set the input waveform similar with the figure 2. Then we run the simulations. We can see that the output of the waveform similar with figure 2. That means the Verilog code that I had modified is correct. To check whether the Verilog code is fulfilled the condition or not, then we need to take some example. For example, we take the state C, which is 1, 0. 1, 0 will transit to 1, 0 when the input is 1 and the output z is 0. And 1, 0 will transit to 1, 1 when the input is 0 and output is 0, which is fulfilled for the state C. Then for state D, D will transit to 0, 1, which is state B when the input is 1 and the output is 1, which is fulfilled for state D. That's all. Thank you.